All right. Welcome, everybody, to our regular public council meeting for Monday, November 24th, 2025, in the town of Torbay. Call our meeting to order. First things first, new business. Councilor Manning.
Yes.
Councilor Pollard. Yes. Councilor Whitten. Councilor Gause. Councilor Martin.
Thank you.
Somebody must have done something good. Deputy Mayor.
Just want to say, was out in Portable this week with the municipalities meetings and.
So I'll write that down and then you can say it when it does our go around.
Thank you.
Okay, and I got it, thanks. All righty. So is there anyone for the first Q&A? John Ozon? Okay, no, not yet. No. I'll let you know when. Not yet, not yet. I'll let you know when. Okay, John Ozon and Robbie Hicks. That's it, two for two. All righty, could I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended, please? Moved, seconded, all in favor? Aye, opposed, carried, thank you. All right, where am I to you? Public council minutes from November 10th, 2025. Can I get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Any errors or omissions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried. Thank you. Conflict of interest, your little sheet is there. And as always, if something comes up during the course of the meeting, make sure you declare it. Proclamations. 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Deputy Mayor.
The town of Torbay proclamation for 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, November 25th to December 10th, 2025. Whereas the government of Newfoundland and Labrador recognizes the Purple Ribbon Campaign, which starts on November 25th, the International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women, and ends on
Oh,
December.
microphone.
Oh, sorry, I thought I had it on.
Okay.
And ends against women. Let me see where I was. Oh, yes, here we go. To find long-term solutions to violence against those most at risk in our society: women, children, youth, older persons, persons with disabilities, indigenous women, and children, the 2SL LGBTQIA plus community, and other people vulnerable to violence because of their ethnicity or economic status. Whereas violence devastates relationships, families, communities, networks, workplaces, schools, villages, towns, and cities all over the world. And whereas the 16-day of activism against gender-based violence provides the opportunity for individuals, community organizations, and governments to work together in solidarity to draw upon this period of heightened attention to gain support for their local efforts to eliminate violence against women. And whereas this initiative is based on the vision that people of our province will live in a safe, caring community where there is an inherent respect for each other, and violence of any sort is unacceptable. And whereas on November 25th, 2025, the government of Newfoundland and Labrador marked the start of the campaign with flag raising and proclamations joined all over other provinces and territories and the federal government to support National Action Plan to end gender-based violence. Therefore be it resolved.
That's part mine.
I'm sorry, sir.
That's all right.
This is all
Therefore, be
new.
it resolved that the town of Torbay do hereby proclaim November 25th to December 10th, 2025 as 16 days of activism against gender-based violence to prevent violence against women in Newfoundland and Labrador. So moved.
Second.
Seconded. Any comments? I just have a question. It says here that the province did a flag raising. Can we check with, go see if we can get that appropriate flag and then fly it out front? Okay, thank you. All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried, thank you very much. All righty. Q&A. Mr. Ozan. Oh, can you turn that microphone on? Just,
You got it? Okay.
there you go.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak. My name is John Ozan, for those of you who don't know me yet. I'm a resident of Torbay for 32 years. So I have a piece of land on a place called Duty's Lane over here. I copied several of you on an email. I know Brian and Craig and Colleen, I don't know who else is on it, but anyway, I have an issue with water on my land, and it's on Duty's Lane. Those of you who are not familiar with that, it's just at the far end of Torbay here, and across the street from me, from my land is on the eastern side, and on the western side, or northwest side I guess it's called. So over the years there's been several houses built on that side, and I'm building a new house on the other side. So what was done in the past, there's been several attempts to mediate flooding on the other side of the road. The whole back of that place is leaching water into the front. So over the years what happened is I have a bunch of documentation, but I was out all day and I just came straight here from another meeting, so I don't have my stuff with me. But anyway, what happened is over the years, I guess from various neighbours' complaints, the council has gone over and did some work there to try to alleviate the flooding problem, and there's been like a few serious issues with basement flooding and septics backing up and stuff like that across the road. So basically what happened is all the water on that side of the street got put into a couple of drains, probably several drains, we don't know, because this was done. I've been speaking to all the neighbours and people who used to live there, and looking at maps and all kinds of stuff to find out what used to be there. And there was pipes coming from every direction there and terminating, or we don't know where they're terminating, but I think they're terminating on the end of my land there. So what I was proposing to do is to dig those up. I've been speaking to a few council members already on that, and some people visited the site. But so what I brought this issue up was probably November 24th of last year, so a year ago, or maybe around November or something, 24th I'd say. And how the issue started, like when I dug out from my house, there was water, when you dig a hole, there was water flowing from the north side of my property from my next door neighbours, where there's a pipe from an easement going down there. The easement is for a pipe to go down through my land, which I have no problem with. It is an easement the town wants. It's 6 feet of land, that's not an issue. And when I was down digging up at the back of my land, I hit, just as back up, but there's a culvert going down right on the easement, or close to the centre of the easement, going down through the land, which terminates halfway down my land. It doesn't go to the end of my land. So one issue I have is that all this water, there's millions of gallons. It's I can document it all later. I don't have it now, but I can assure you it's millions of gallons a month going down through this. It's an 18-inch pipe, and when it rains, it just flows full blast. And I know, because I know the neighbours on the other side, and I know the infrastructure they have with pipes coming from right up by Wine Gap, right down from over on Torbay Road, where that pond is by Burns Lane. That all that is weeping and permeating through the ground and coming down and collecting on that side of the road. It was all piped over to my side of the road, across the road here. I hope I'm not losing anyone this. So and some of it is coming down in that 18-inch culvert, and is terminated halfway down my property, and it's flowing out over the land. That's one issue. The other issue is, when I was down digging up last year, I was digging up and I struck a pipe. So I dug it up, and it's a 6-inch perforated pipe, and there's two 6-inch perforated pipe that are clearly on my land, which is not the major issue. And I've approached people before about this, and they say, well, if the pipe is on your land, we'll move it over a couple of feet. That's not the big issue. The big issue is all this water on the other side of the street is running down on my land and is leaching over. A piece of pipe in a septic system, you've got a piece of pipe going through a polycrushed crushed stone, the sewage goes out the pipe and leaches down through the crushed stone. If it ever, you know, that's how to get rid of it. I got pipes going down with crushed stone on me. The water is below the pipes, and when it gets up to the road, because my land is graded from the road on a slope back towards the back, the water's going to follow a hill, but it's also sloped sideways, so the water's leaching out of this and it's coming over my property. If I dug a hole anywhere around my foundation, you would see the water leaching in from that. So what I'm proposing is, and those of you who got my email, maybe you can forward to the people who didn't get it, is what needs to be done. Just to back up one more step, won't be much longer. When they put the culvert in down the street across the road from me on the west side of the road, there was a bunch of pipes joined there, and there was a culvert there. Then what they did was I guess they were under duress at the time because there was neighbours freaking out because their basins were flooding, the septic was backing up. So the council came over, and this was in, I don't know what year, I think you know, you got all that documented, Brian, what years was. So they put in a manhole, well, like a makeshift one, and then they came across the road diagonally right to the corner of my boundary of my land and my next door neighbour's land, and that's when they put their pipe in. So anyway, just to get back to the when they put that pipe in, there was other pipes going all over the place. They put that in there. They came across the road. They put a makeshift, probably a temporary one, like not a manhole. It was a hole, a catch basin, we would say, made out of wood, which is only temporary anyway. You're not going to bury a wooden, you know, that's makeshift, and it was haphazardly done under duress. It wasn't something that was planned. Like, it wasn't a planned thing for the town of Torbay. They were reacting from neighbours' complaints. They had to do it. There was a storm coming, or there was a storm, or whatever. But anyway, I feel the situation needs to be addressed. And what I plan on doing, which most of the council knows, is that, like, it's my land and I have to get the water off it. So I'm going to dig a trench around my land, and if there's any pipes there, I'm going to cap them off. I can't have everyone's water on that side of the street going on my land. So that's my plan. I'm hoping that the town will intervene. And one more thing, if I can say this probably wasn't made a big issue before, but I encourage everybody who doesn't know where this is to go over and look. Down on the back of this land, years ago, there was the previous owner, Mr. Malloy, got a bulldozer to go up through it. He cut off a natural flow of water that used to go down there. There was a river and there was a pond down there that people used to skate on. That's all known and documented. And when he put that ditch through, he stopped the water flow. Now all the water goes down that ditch. It's like a cesspool down there in the summer. I was down there 2 weeks ago when it was, 5 degrees. There was a million flies down there. Like, I mean, this is in a residential place where, kids can play and people can go and stuff like that. Is that my time up? Okay, thank you.
So, just before you go, so I seen your email today.
Yeah.
And emails that have been going.
Okay,
through,
yeah.
Just been allowed staff.
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
So I know Brian responded to you today to say that they're going to be going down this week, right, Brian? Thursday morning.
But if I can just speak to that, the issue. If you went down and you found those pipes were not on my land, but they are clearly. I marked it. I had a surveyor down. Those pipes are on my land. But if they're not on my land, that's not the issue.
I know.
That is an issue. I want that solved. I want the pipes off my land.
Right, I hear
but
you.
the thing is that if the boundary is here and the pipes are over here 5 or 6 or 10 feet,
Right.
that's not an issue. With the crushed stone underneath them and the land sloped on a grade like this, and the water's going over on my land, we should have what I propose is a proper catch basin, very deep one, to catch all the pipes from the other side of the road and pipe it down beside my land. You have an easement there, but go past the land and make this a permanent thing. Like,
So,
to do it haphazardly again.
so can we wait till Thursday? And then when Brian goes down with the engineers, you could probably go meet him there if you want.
And I would strongly implore you not to go there without me being there. If you're down there, I want to be there. I want to see what's being said and done, because I don't want anything to get misconstrued and say, okay, we were talking to Mr. Ozan and everything is fine, or we're going to there's nothing besides a proper pipe going down through there and a proper manhole to catch all the pipes and from the other side of the road, there's nothing else going to be satisfactory, and it's not going to be satisfactory to anyone else on the street. And I'm not being difficult. I don't mind. I don't want. If you had a house, nobody wants their house flooding or any controversial water going on their land, whether it's sewer or just flood water. We don't want it.
So Brian, can we do that when we're gonna go, let John know?
Yeah, so on Thursday, we're not having an engineer there, we're having
Okay.
pipes from their camera. So we can locate exactly what pipes do, see what they're doing, where they're going. And then we'll come up with a plan from there, what we're gonna do with that chamber and whether or not we're gonna replace those pipes with something else. So none of that will be decided on Thursday,
No.
but just still locations.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But in the meantime, I by Thursday I will have an excavator on site, and I will be doing some of my own excavation. I have to do that. Like, I'm going to be digging up the front of the place by the road, and I mean we're a year building this house, and I've already incurred thousands and thousands of dollars with excavators down there digging ditches already and trying to alleviate the water going down. Right? I mean,
This is not a platform for debates.
okay. I didn't mean to debate. I'm just trying to state my case. I'm
Fair
Like,
enough,
yeah.
fair enough. And you can meet with them down there
Yeah.
when they're going to do their thing and explain what it is, everything, so that
Okay.
you're all on the same page,
okay.
all right?
Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks, buddy. Okay, you're not staying?
No. You don't talk about me?
No, it's all right. No.
No.
All righty, Robbie.
I know that the town has submitted samples, water testing for White Waste Pond, and I think also Island Pond Brook, whatever it's called, yeah.
Yep.
Could you please provide an update as to what's happening? Because it seems that the last few weeks, we kept hearing that the results are not here, but you expect them that week. And then the
Right.
next week comes along, and the next week comes along. So I'd really like to hear an update about where that situation sits at the moment.
Yeah, so we did have some samples done because we are looking at pumping water from an alternate site. into
Exactly,
North
yeah.
Pond, which would include the river and White Waste Pond we had tested. And we also had Western Island Pond tested. But I don't
Right.
know that council hasn't met to discuss the results of our testing yet. So
Have you
I-
received the results yet?
Yes, we have them. And we'll be
Okay.
doing an update probably this week, I would say.
Yep.
We'll be doing an update on all of that this week.
Okay,
We'll be doing an update on when we intend to start pumping and the results of our testing that we had done. We'll be providing an update on that.
so you do intend to start pumping?
Yep. Well,
Okay,
The,
council needs to meet and discuss that too. So I anticipate we will, but until council takes a decision, I can't say yes or no. But
so will you be putting out an announcement over the public service thing, the emails and things and that we get? Will you be, yeah,
yeah, we're going to.
letting residents know?
Yeah, we want to make sure that everybody is aware of what exactly it is that we're doing.
Okay,
And, yeah, we'll be forthright on everything,
great.
yeah, to make sure everybody knows.
I look forward to hearing about it.
Okay?
yeah, will be soon. It will be soon.
I'm
We'll
very,
update whatever today, an update whatever this morning as well.
Yeah, there was an
Yeah.
update this morning, yeah.
yeah, but now, never had a whole lot of details in it, but,
Well,
I know.
related to ball, water, and
Yeah.
the water
Yeah.
rights.
Yes, but it didn't say anything about that testing, the results of that testing, did
right,
it?
no.
No, and whether, and it,
As Mayor,
yeah.
Yeah, because.
No, it's the testing and the, we hope, pumping that I'm really curious about.
Yep, absolutely, yeah, and
Okay.
within, I'd say, within the next couple of days, that'll all be released.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All righty. We have a motion here from our community hall meeting, and I just need someone to move that. Deputy Mayor, would you mind? Okay. Did I skip something? Hang on, I skipped something.
couple of things.
Mayor's report. Let me do that first. So I just got a couple things I want to just briefly talk about. And one of them is we just returned from the M&L conference in AGM in Corner Brook. Myself and Deputy Mayor and Councillor Whitten and Councillor Power was out there representing the Trio Board and the town of Torbay. And I just want to say congratulations to Corner Brook. It was a great conference. I've been there probably 3 or 4 times for conferences, and I think this was the best one that we've had yet. The content, the attendance, everything was top notch. I think there was, and what I noticed though, there was an awful lot of brand new
A lot of new councilors.
councillors out there, new people, new to council. I know that I was talking to the director of municipal and community affairs, is that what it's called now?
Now it is, yeah, Chris, yeah.
Community engagement, and they were anticipating probably 50 people at their session, and they think they had about 150. And when they asked for a show of names who were new, it was like about 2/3.
I was there. There was quite a few.
You were there?
Yeah, it was quite a few, yeah.
That to me is very promising, and I think that it probably goes to show that the Make Your Mark campaign that M&L conducted this year was fairly successful with a lot of new people getting elected. We also had an opportunity to have brief chats and discussions with Premier Wakeham, Minister Tibbs, Minister Patton, Minister Wall, and Minister Guzzi. Talk about issues that are important for the town of Torbay, and that Minister Wall is going to be he's going to be setting up some meetings for us to have with those individual ministers to talk about issues that obviously are affecting the town. And top of that list is our water issues that we're currently experiencing, as well as our future plans for water supply and our need to explore additional funding options, and also to have the province advocate with us with the PFAS issues that we're having with the federal government, so we get all on the same page and talk about that. So that was very encouraging. The Premier is certainly well aware of our issues that we're having. We talked to him yesterday morning in the lobby of the hotel, and he knew exactly what we're dealing with. So that's promising. I like to know that when people are updated on the files. One other thing I would like to say is that I want to thank you to the Newfoundland Labrador Youth Parliament. I'm the chair of the Youth Committee with M&L, and for the 3rd year in a row now, we've done a youth council meeting. We did it in the council chambers at Corner Brook City Hall, and it was broadcast over Rogers TV and on the town YouTube channel. So if you get a chance, go look it up. It went awesome. Those young people, the way that they conducted the meeting and the arguments that they made in their motions was really good. They certainly researched their topics and knew what they were talking about. And lastly, I just want to say congratulations to Councillor Isabel Fry, the new Vice President of M&L. Deputy Mayor Nicole Colley from Mount Pearl also is the new Avalon Director. And Councillor Debbie Hawes from Labrador City is the new Labrador Director. So congratulations to them. Lynn Ellsworth was re-elected in her position. I was re-elected in mine, and so was the Vice President. So onwards and upwards. Bunch of new members on the board, and it's always nice to have some fresh ideas and stuff coming in. So that is that. That's my mayor's report update. Business arising. No updated report. Okay, questions, Tony? No report.
I'll pass this time.
Okay.
We're going to discuss everything shortly.
All right, no problem.
One of this time, though.
All right. Committee whole, as I was saying, we have a motion there for our inclusion committee.
Well, actually, sorry.
Yeah.
Mayor, can I go back? Yeah, what's the latest on the contract signing?
Kerry, we're still waiting to hear back from the chief on that, right?
Yeah, it's, they're preparing the final agreement.
No. There you go.
They're preparing the final agreement, everything is done, so once they have it prepared on their end, they'll send it for signing. They will sign it
They're
first.
gonna sign it first,
They'll
and then
sign
they
it
send it to
first,
us.
and then it will come to us.
They give any timelines on that by any chance?
No, not, I would expect a week, they're usually fairly quick. My last correspondence with them was Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, the last email that we saw from them, it actually, Kerry had gone back to them because we didn't expend any funds in 2025. We had to shift some things around.
We reallocated.
Make a few adjustments, yeah.
Made a few adjustments there.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Committee whole, Advocacy Inclusion Advisory Committee, Deputy Mayor.
Okay, Mayor Scott suggested we have a advocacy committee and recommended this to council, and we are going ahead with it, and I will be on this committee, as will Councillor Manning, Director Martin, and one or two of our residents. Mayor Scott has reached out to Tina Neary, who will come in and talk to council. She's the Executive Director of Inclusion Canada, Newfoundland and Labrador. And the Director, Jen Martin, has also reached out to contact the city of St. John's, who will also come in and speak to the committee. The Advocacy and Inclusion Committee will, to fulfill policy requirements, the town's accessibility plan likely identifies actions needed to meet provincial accessibility legislation and best practices standards. Forming this committee ensures the town is compliant and actively implementing the commitments outlined in that plan. To provide dedicated oversight and accountability, accessibility and inclusion goals often span multiple departments. The committee helps ensure ongoing follow-through, monitoring, and evaluation of initiatives rather than address them only on an ad hoc basis. To improve representation and community input, including residents, ensures the lived experiences of people with disabilities and other equity-seeking groups are reflected in municipal planning, programs, events, and infrastructure decisions. To strengthen decision-making at council, the committee can provide recommendations and evidence-based guidance, helping council make informed decisions that consider accessibility, equity, and inclusion impacts. To support inclusive community growth and engagement, municipalities that prioritize accessibility and inclusion are more appealing to residents, newcomers, investors, seniors, families, and people with disabilities. This helps build a more vibrant, equitable, and resilient community. To proactively identify barriers and solutions, the committee can review policies, infrastructure programs, projects, customer service standards, public engagement, and events to identify gaps early before barriers are built or decisions finalized. A motion of council is required to formally establish this advocacy and inclusion advisory committee. As creation of any advisory committee of council must be authorized through an official resolution. This ensures the committee has legislative authority, a clear mandate, and recognized status within the council's governance structure, and enables members to carry out responsibilities outlined in the town's accessibility plan. So the motions be resolved that Advocacy and Inclusion Advisory Committee be established as recommended by council and as required under the town's accessibility plan, to consist of Mayor Deputy Colleen Tapper, Councillor Rhonda Manning, Director Jen Martin, and one or two residents of our town. Be it so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, and I will also be ex officio member of that committee as, okay. Comments?
One comment on the wording in the motion, and says the committee has legislative authority. I don't think that's
No,
correct, and can't have.
no, committees make recommendations.
Right, just make recommendations, so
Yeah.
they bring back to council as normal, right?
Right.
And you're not a standing committee of council.
No,
Ad
this
hoc
is
committee.
a
It's
advisory.
advisory committee.
Yeah, in the motion itself, it
motion,
doesn't
it's
say anything about any kind of decision-making process.
No, I realize.
Okay. Any other comments? So, I'll have a comment. This is important to me that we do this, but I don't want this, and Deputy Mayor and Councillor Manning understand where I'm coming from this. this can't be a 6-month, 7-month exercise. I want us to become, bringing back recommendations for new programming for residents with, in particular, our special needs residents, quickly. Want to see some programs going on, the agenda that are going to be launched and fulfilled, and people are going to be participating in them sooner rather than later. And I don't want it to be too complicated. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much. Planning land use development. Deputy Mayor.
Let me get to that section. Some pressure.
Especially when it's slow loading, eh?
Okay, planning and land use development, 25. All right. Motion items for direction. 46 to 50 Comet Lane, C 2025-153, residential medium-density land use zones, 13 dwelling unit residential development. That's row housing, apartments, condominium, building type use. The town of Torbay is a recipient of an application proposing to consolidate 3 residential lots for a multi-unit residential condominium development at 46 to 50 Comet Lane. The proposal encompasses 13 dwelling units in a U-shaped row building, single story in height, with each unit being approximately 89 square meters or 986 square feet in size. The development is proposed to be semi-serviced, all units connected to the municipal sewer, 10 units on a non-domestic well, 3 units on previously allocated town water. Sufficient off-street parking for each unit is provided. The subject property is located within the residential medium-density land use zone. The proposed 13-unit row dwelling development is an apartment condominium building. Use is listed as a discretionary use within the RMD land use zone. Discretionary use applications are subject to regulations 3 and 90 of the Torbay Development Regulations 2015 to 2025, requiring public notification. 3 letters of objection were received. A background report is provided. The committee concurred with the department's recommendation and had no objection to the proposed development of 46 to 50 Comet Lane, subject to confirming with the water resources that minimum requirements for distance from adjacent non-domestic wells can be met. The committee recommended that the application be forwarded to the next regular public council meeting for conditional approval. Therefore, the following motion is tabled. Motion to conditionally approve application C 2025-153 for the consolidation of property and construction of up to 13-unit residential row dwelling in condominium ownership at 46 to 50 Comet Lane in accordance with regulations 33 and 90 of the Torbay Development Regulations 2015-2025, as well as the RMD land use zone table requirements, Schedule D, all technical requirements outlined in attached background report, and standard conditions for the construction of a multi-unit residential development in the town of Torbay. Be it so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
The conditions that they're talking about, that they're getting into, a very long document.
Your mic,
How is it dependent on the water issue right now in that area? Are we talking about, from what I gather, not residential wells, but a well, not in town water? Is that correct?
There's 3 units there. There's 3 town water units out of the 13.
restaurant.
There's 10 on wells. Already allocated. Those units already exist as being allocated to North Pond. they're not incremental at this time.
And we've only had 3 letters come in that are in opposition of this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We did, the requirement there for the water resources and the minimum requirements, so we did ask that the Planning and Development Department, when they send this off for approval in principle to water resources, that they bring to the attention that, of course, the other development is just adjacent to it, well, not really adjacent, I suppose, down below it on North Pond. We want to make sure that there's no conflict in terms of water tables, so we want to make sure we bring that to their attention as well.
Yeah, that would be the main concern.
Any other comment? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Attached is good now to go, Madam Clerk?
Yeah. Okay.
Attached is the Torbay 2025 permit listings for the weeks ending November 19th, 2025. Therefore, the following motion is tabled. Motion to accept the Torbay 2025 permit listing for the week ending November 19th, 2025 as tabled. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else in there that you wanted to highlight, Deputy Mayor?
No, I think those are the main 2 to bring to light.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
All righty. Admin and HR. Who's chair of this
That's
committee?
me.
Councillor Goss.
Excuse
Thank
me.
you.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
Councillor
Go
Goss,
ahead.
sorry. Can I just highlight the housing
Sure.
updates?
Yep.
So Torbay launches housing incentive program package for missing middle housing during a well-attended event on the morning of August the 20th. Just to highlight the fact that the Planning and Development Department wants people to be aware of the fact that the town is offering $10,000 towards construction of middle units, because we need a lot of those, obviously, in the town, and $15,000 towards affordable housing units, subject to a number of conditions. And if you need more information to that, just contact the department or review the town's website on that.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Thank you very much. All right, Councillor Goss,
Thank
back
you.
to you.
The Administration and Human Resources Committee met on Monday, November 17th. Discussed a few issues, just seasonal heavy equipment operators. We're still in the hiring process. Hoping to have all of that concluded by December 4th, before the snow clearing season starts. And there will be an update to council once those positions have been filled. The Recreation Services Representative, which is a full-time position in Recreation and Community Services, has been posted on the town's website. That closed on November 19th, and interviews have been being conducted by Mark, and as well as the Director of Recreation. And there'll be an update available as soon as that is solidified and hiring is done and complete. The payroll, leave, and automation project is still ongoing and moving forward. We're now ready to begin the transition as it relates to the ununionized employees within the town of Torbay, and the aim is to have this project fully completed prior to December 18th, but we'll provide another update to council. And there's a tax collection policy that has been, a revision is under development. The Chief Human Resources Officer, in consultation with the Chief Administrative Officer and the Director of Corporate Services, are currently reviewing the town's tax collection policy to amend the policy as necessary to meet the town's current tax collection protocols and requirements. Once this is amended, a copy of the revised policy will be brought forward by the Administration and Human Resources Committee members for review. And following the review, a copy of the revised policy will be brought forward to all members of council for review and adoption. Further update will be provided once it's available for all of council. Our next committee meeting is on December 1st, and there are no motions.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
Corporate Services, Councillor Pollard.
Thank you, Your Worship. This will be the shortest corporate services report you'll ever see.
Yeah.
There's not even any additional
This,
information.
this is a one-time deal.
This is it. Yeah, mainly because we're in budget mode and we didn't meet because the majority of us were in we're not majority of us, half of us, I guess, we're in Corner Brook. So there's only one motion here, and this invoice is for approval. Fundamental Inc. for the regional transit study in the amount of $6,635.50. Another one for Fundamental Inc. for the Climate Resilience and Adaptation Program, $6,513.60. And Narrow Marketing Limited Partnership, which is gas for the depot, amount of $5,445.72. All totaling $18,594.82. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Thank you.
So is that, Your Worship?
That is that. Wow. All right. Economic Development, Tourism, History, Culture, Councillor Whitney.
Thank you, Mayor. We just got a few, we met on the 17th of November, and we have a few items. We discussed the economic development, so at the History House, we have a remediation. The status of that is that facility supervisor has reviewed the report, and the drawings are with the engineer, and then they are preparing the documents so we can go to tender. The annex project for the History House, updated quote for construction with the federal and provincial governments, and we're just awaiting response. Development of community profile dashboard, meeting arranged with MUN Analytics Lab, RAN Lab, to discuss the support for the town can access to build a community profile. And it's an ongoing relationship with Municipalities NL. We're going to be welcoming our new business to the town, so we're going to be distributing frame certificates to new businesses that have opened this year, and that will be happening in the coming weeks. We're looking to do a bus tour and lunch for newcomers, and we haven't done it yet, but we're partnering with the Association for New Canadians to do a community bus tour in Torbay, and it'll visit key sites and locations and also provide a lunch. The community market went over fantastic, and we had live Ukrainian music, and it was also featured throughout the day, and everything was well received. Promotion for Christmas events. Christmas is well underway, and the Christmas guide is in circulation. NTV is going to be doing a segment for the History House with the Festival of Trees, so keep an eye for that. Our History House update is the Remembrance Day ceremony went over very well. It was very well executed, and everything went well. So the Festival of Trees, decorating of the trees will happen the last week of November. So they'll be looking, it's being promoted right now, and the proceeds from that are going to go to the local food bank. So keep your eyes open for that and try and get your tree, get your ideas. And the Museum Advisory Committee. The Advisory Committee to History House will require a new representative from council and will also look to fill vacancies remaining according to the terms of reference. A motion will be brought to council to address the council and community vacancies early in the new year. And that is it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'll send out an email, or get Kim to send an email in the week
Yeah.
asking if anybody's interested in serving on that advisory committee as council representatives.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll find out who it is, and we'll put them there. That's it. Thank you very much. All righty. Moving right along. Infrastructure and Public Works, Councilor Manning.
Thank you, Mayor. So we met on Tuesday, November the 18th, and you can see the reports there. That we have one motion there, and it's to do with the water treatment North Pond. Our committee reviewed a proposed change order in relation to consulting fees and the extended time of the project. So the original schedule for the project, as submitted by WSP, was to have an RFP issued by August 2023. However, due to no fault of WSP, it was unnecessarily delayed in issuing both the RFQ and RFP. WSP rates have increased by 5% for the last 2 years. Thus, WSP is seeking an increase of 10%, that's 2 years at 5% per year, to phases 4,000 to 13,000. Rather than amend rates for these phases, WSP proposes to invoice for the 10% increase at the conclusion of work at each phase. So expense budget to increase by 5.1% over 2 years in accordance with the CPI. Proposed changed order amount at this time is for $25,537.31. So after some discussion, committee agreed to put forward a motion to accept the change order for delays in the project outside the consultant's control. Motion to approve change order number 002 for the North Pond Water Treatment Plant Project number 17-GI-23-00003 as presented. So moved.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Couple things. I think the amount of the change order and reference should go in the motion, just so that it's per comparison. This relates to the change in the RFP that went through government and they sent it back to us. And that whole process, Brian, is that where this change order comes from?
Hang on. Let me turn one on.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, relates into the time delay with the RFQ and the RFP, actually. And both of them got tied up in some red tape, I guess we'll say.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, any other questions? So Kim, you can just update that motion.
There's a typo in there as well, Kim, you can adjust that too.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried, thank you.
Okay, so with the Great Pound Water Project, update is that a motion to sign the agreement has been approved and currently working on the signing requirements. We spoke about that earlier. North Pond water levels, updated information, the pond levels continue to rise. Sedimentation has been removed from around the intake pipe, and the boil water order is to remain in place. And everything else there is been working on, like the projects and the trails. It's all there from our previous meetings. Our main focus at the last meeting certainly was the few things with the water and to get that moving, and I'm going to leave it at that. If there are any questions, please speak up, and I have the right person behind me to answer. Go ahead.
All right, any questions on the infrastructure and public works report? Okay, thank you very much.
I can add a couple quick things there if you want.
Thank you.
So, didn't echo somewhere.
I hear all the time.
So one other thing I sent out today, so we are ready for snow clearing and ice control. So all the crews are actually in place. So they're going to start on the first week of December. All the salt and sand are in the bungalow ready to go. Equipment's ready to go, and the parking ban starts on December the 1st. So that's a couple of things there. One other thing was that the MEOs, their contract is actually up now in November. So on meeting with Portugal St. Phillips, who we share that contract with, there is a portion in that contract where we can just extend it. So we're just working through the key points of that. So that'll come back through committee next summer around. and that was it.
God, first when I heard you say that, I thought you said NGOs, I was gonna say, oh crap.
No,
Okay. We have any salt left in the shed before, from last year?
we did have a little bit left over. Anybody wants to come by, Deputy Mayor's come by on Thursday for a little tour around. So anybody wants to come and have a look, the salt shed is right to the gunnels. We actually had to leave some outside, we got too much.
So, but, yeah, but we got a better price this year, right?
We did get a better price on sand, yes, not on salt, because salt went up. But we end up evening that out between the salt and sand budgets, which give us some more.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Director.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on, Recreation and Community Services, Councilor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. We met Tuesday, November 18th, 3:30 PM. Myself, Councilor Witten, Director Martin. No motions or anything, but we did discuss some programs and events. The Christmas parade coming up, December the 6th, 6 PM down at the high school, and will end at Juniper Ridge. Winter program and events, it's planned. There's the registration dates, December 10th, 10 AM for residents, December 17th for non-residents. We also discussed event invitations, calendar invites to be sent to all council, town clerk, MHA, and MP as needed. It'll be just for the big events, right? No need to go to Paint and Wine. We discussed facilities at the community garden. The fence has a section of fence at the Holy Trinity Lane here, over here, has fell down due to wind damage. So the director is going to obtain a quote to replace the section, and we'll discuss with staff on how to proceed. And we got an update on Christmas and Torbay Common and the hours. So they're going to change from December 20th to January 4th based on operational needs. Then we touched base on some cleaning at the facilities, Town Hall, History House, and the depot. Also at the History House, Gibbons Snow Architects was informed that the facility supervisor, they will have the tender documents and details for the town on Monday, November 24th, so the tender can be prepared and go out for bids. And then other discussions, just to highlight, we talked about communications, getting the old rec Facebook page up and running again. Talked to the Director of Economic Development. Just to touch on that, I attended the International Children's Day, Thursday, November 20th. Wonderful event. I'll touch on that in my thank yous. But 20 kids showed up, so yeah, I feel like with more advertising, with specifically just on recreation, we get some bigger numbers. We talked about the inclusion committee, of course, and how it's going to be newly formed, and continue the work that has been done the last few years to improve inclusion in the town's programs and services. And that was that.
Excellent. Any comments?
One question, did we get the tender documents from Gibbons Snow Architects?
We did not. Hopefully, we called and followed up in an email. No response, no answer, so we'll check again tomorrow. They said they'd have it by Friday, Monday at the latest, and we didn't get it today, so we'll follow up again tomorrow.
I'm not finished yet. Thought I was, but I'm not.
Great.
I just want to give an update on the numbers for our Christmas events. So the wreath making, 4 events, November 22nd, 23rd, all sold out. Pictures with Santa, that event was sold out. The downtown shopping excursion, 12 people. Breakfast with Santa, that's sold out. Tree lighting with the cookie Christmas decoration, the cookie Christmas decoration part, that's sold out. The tree lighting obviously is open for everybody. And the Christmas concert for the Janeway, there's about 19 tickets left. And as of 10 a.m. this morning, there was 4 tickets left for a in-person and 6 for takeout for our seniors' Christmas dinner, for a total of 260 tickets sold.
All right. Any questions on that extra stuff that he wanted to talk about? I just got a comment, or I don't know, it was more of a question, I guess. Can we, now, at this time of the year, please reach out to those groups that we have operating in the town, and I'm talking about softball, soccer, probably the community garden, graveyard committee, whatever else is around, if they're gonna be looking for resources from the town next summer, to start working now on applications to get students to fill those positions, to be able to help them out, so that they're not scrambling in May or whenever this stuff comes out, to be able to look for options. Because I know that the graveyard people contacted me and wondering about, they have a lot of work to do with these things, and they are an incorporated entity, and we might be able to help them get some students to be able to do the maintenance on those graveyards and the mowing and all that kind of stuff next year. So let's just explore those options and see what's available, and help them do those applications if we need to, or point them in the right direction.
That summer job application, that closes December 11th,
Right.
so.
So we better hurry up. All right, thank you. All right, thank you very much. Liaison committees, Atlantic Mayor's Congress, no update. They were hoping to have a December meeting, and I ran into Craig Pollitt when I was in Corner Brook, and I said, what are you doing having a meeting in September? And he said, well, obviously nobody wanted to go, so we're gonna be having it next year. And I think it's gonna be in Truro, so I'll keep my ears out for that when it's gonna happen.
See around June, right?
Huh?
It's usually around June. is when
Yeah,
it-
yeah. And intergovernmental affairs, I guess I was working my tail off doing that all weekend while I was out in Corner Brook, talking to every minister or MHA or whoever the hell I could get my hands on, to talk about our issues that we have in Torbay. And they're, you know, I know it's a brand-new government. We want to make sure that they're aware of the things that, that we have on the go, and MHA Wall, Minister Wall, is very helpful in that, moving those things forward, so I thank him for that. Jack Arena, Councilor Power.
They had a meeting last week, actually, when I wasn't there, but they did approve the amounts that we had indicated, so you got letters on that now. And there was also a letter sent to Portugal Coast and Phillips as well for participation in the grant to Jack Byrne Arena, so.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Who's our other rep? Did we appoint? Is it
What?
you and Ron?
Karen.
Oh, Karen, okay.
How's it?
Just making
Had
sure.
some trouble finding it.
You already had trouble finding
Jack
Jack
Arena?
Arena.
I thought it was upstairs
Oh,
in the warm
They
room.
moved it, they moved the table down to the general office now.
oh, right on, okay. All right, it's all good.
Sorry if
You
Karen.
got
Karen,
4
you got
years to
any-
get used to it,
any more?
Karen.
If Karen was there, maybe Karen should speak to this.
Yeah.
Oh, we just discussed.
Your mic, Karen?
The different revenue
Your,
streams.
your mic.
We just discussed the different revenue streams that were being brought in, and the need for, community contributions for the rink right now, and some different things that needed some upgrading.
Excellent. All right. I know I did have a conversation this past weekend with, I think, the mayor of Carbonear, that was asking me about how the Jack Byrne Arena operates and how it's set up and those type things. They're looking to modernize or figure out, or just inquiring about how we operate compared to some of the other arenas in the province. So I think that model that we have, people tend to like it. But I told them it works good because it's a regional cooperation with 4 owners, and, you know, it's a different model than a lot of people have, so. Anyway, I told them if he wants any information, reach out, and then we'll figure out how to get it to him. Torbay Volunteer Fire Department.
Thank you,
Councilor
Mayor.
Martin.
Thank you very much. Since the last meeting, they had 22 calls, bringing up the total to 290 year-to-date as of the last meeting. I believe they're at 299, possibly going to crack 300 before their real busy season. So, very busy. Just to highlight some things from the report, the fire prevention fire chief for a day was chosen, and the kid was picked up by in the fire truck, went out, had some McDonald's, got to be the fire chief for the day. And they also had a trophy for Sparky's World Series champs to Miss Martin's grade 4 class at Holy Trinity Elementary. The fire department, they want to touch on how successful the Flat Rock Bonfire Night went, and that they're also ready for the New Year's Eve fireworks here in Torbay.
All right, any questions? We did, just to the point, I guess, of how busy our fire department has been this summer. I did host a session at conference this past weekend on the wildfires, and it was packed to the doors, but we had representatives there from some fire departments, plus the Fire and Emergency Services, Newfoundland Fire Services, and you can't say enough good about all those firefighters that have been working in those conditions all summer. And, that they are gonna be looking, and I guess we'll have to advocate along with them for additional resources for fire departments when it comes to fighting wildfires as opposed to structure fires. And I know that Rodney and our fire department are all over that and making sure that they're up to date on everything. So, but considering they were talking about that, I just want to send out another thank you to the fire department for all the stuff that they've been doing. And with that number of calls,
Those calls don't include their work on the wildfire summer either.
I know,
Yeah.
right? So, amazing. All right, thank you, sir. Urban Municipalities Committee. Deputy Mayor, you want an update on that? Well, the meeting you went to on Wednesday? If you can remember any of it? I know it was a really busy meeting.
And that was the very first one, but if I had to know, you wanted this because I had taken notes on it. But I did want to say that I learned a lot there, but I also want to say, that you did a fabulous job at cheering meeting. And it was well received by all, and I think everybody got a lot out of it. Thank you.
Yep, thank you very much. And I guess I'll just elaborate a little bit on what you said. We did have people in from the RCMP talk about policing in the province and how they're looking for new numbers. And when they talk about the RCMP, they're also referencing the RNC too, to know that they need more people. But I will say this, I was very pleasantly surprised and kind of shocked, really, at the police presence that I see in patrolling the streets in the city of Corner Brook on the weekend, particularly Saturday night when we were out and about. It seemed like every time you turned around, there was an RNC car coming. So they're doing something right out there. Hopefully that.
They're following you.
They knew who was in town.
Everybody just followed me.
They knew who was in town.
No, but they are doing, looks like they're doing a great job out there with their patrols, and a lot of people commented on it. So it was nice to see. And the other thing that they talked about, which is kind of relevant to what we're doing, is Corner Brook is adding a on-demand segment or option to their public transit right now. And they're looking at how that's going to work and how much I think they charge $3.75. You get on the duty on demand. They have an app for it. You can see where the bus is that's coming to get you. And they're making changes to their entire system of how they did it. They first started with a Go Bus type of thing, and it wasn't working out as a regular route. So now they're changing it to on demand, and they're hoping to get way better results out of it, because now the on-demand bus will pick you up at your house, bring you to a hub, instead of bringing you to where it was you wanted to go. So they're going to utilize their routes better and figure it out. And the wait times that they call it, I know there's a particular term on it between buses coming, is switching from like an hour down to 15 minutes. And so they're just those slight changes they're making is going to make a big difference. So that was pretty interesting. And you're right. We met for a day and we have so much in there, and one thing, trying to remember it all is difficult. But the more we go and we participate in those, the better we'll get at it. All right. Thank you. Notice the motion, we have none. New business, let's see here, Councilor Manning, pass. Councilor Whitten.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to go to the municipalities NL conferences that past weekend. I learned a lot. I met a lot of new people, including the Premier. It was really nice to bond with the other councillors and everybody who went, and we all learned, we all had a great time, and there were some sessions I went to that I will bring some information back to Kerry and lots of new ideas that he doesn't know about yet, but and I just thoroughly enjoyed myself, so I just want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to go.
Thank you, and you did a great job representing the town. Councillor Goss. You didn't say you had a thanks?
No?
Oh, okay. Maybe I wrote to the wrong place. Councillor Martin.
Thank you. I just wanted to give a big shout out to one of the rec coordinators at Torbay Common. Myself and Hayden attended the National Child Day event, and we were in the Bouncy Castle. And this goes to the inclusion piece. Trying to get a kid who's 4 years old and autistic out of the Bouncy Castle into the reptile show for his dad was not happening. But the rec coordinator, Alison Hollahan, I don't know what magic spell she done, but she just came in and said, Hayden, let's go see the reptile show. And whatever her approach was, he just got out, took her by the hand, walked over, they done the show. He took part in everything perfectly, no issues. And let me tell you, for a dad whose kid is autistic and you have no issues at a big public event, it was awesome. So huge kudos to the coordinator, Ali Hollahan, on doing an awesome job with my son. Thank you.
All right. Good for you.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you for pronouncing her name correctly. Deputy Mayor.
Several things. It was indeed a great weekend. Lots of different presentations, and I was taking notes on all our presentations, and I'm thinking, as a group, the group who went out there, perhaps we could write down the relevant notes and give that little spiel at our public meeting, or our privilege meeting, next privilege meeting. Because
or something like that, we can just bring it forward.
Or bring it forward, yeah, perfect. And also, would really like to give a shout out to our mayor, because he did work his tail off. He was extremely well received. He chaired several sessions out there. He presented several things, and he really did a great job representing us and representing the town. And thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. And and we've talked about this when we were all the time, that the value that these organizations like Municipalities of Flat Labrador and going to that conference, the value that's there for people. And, you know, there was representatives there from all the towns around here, from about all 6 of the towns that are in our little area. And it's nice to be able to get together and
For sure.
meet them and find out what's going on in their town. So, yep, absolutely. You're absolutely correct on that. Thank you very much. Okay, me. So I got thanks as usual. Thank our staff for a wonderful job that you've been doing over the last period of time. I know it's not easy. Some things, some of the decisions and some of the things that we have to do, but you're all professionals and I really appreciate everything that you do. I want to give a shout out to Donna for the work that she did with the November 11th ceremony. I'm pretty sure this is the first meeting that we've had since November 11th. And, you know, it was extremely well attended. I think we had more people here for this one than certainly we did for Canada Day. And the weather wasn't great, you know, but everybody worked together and they did a great job. And the cadets were there, and there was lots of representatives there laying wreaths. And, you know, I want to thank everybody who came to lay a wreath. All the council was there. It It was nice. It's nice to be able to go and represent the town, and residents show up and they get to see you and know that we're all, well, together, but, you know, it's important that we show up and we represent the town at those events, and important for us, it's important for residents, and it's important for the staff who work so hard on these events. And nice for us to go and see the work that they've done. And that's you too, Kerry. That's your department. All right, what else did I have to talk about? That's it. So, Q&A. Anybody? Okay, Robbie.
I did think of another question that I had. Some years ago, the town announced that there were, I believe, 60 allocations left to go on to the municipal water supply. Where do we stand now? Do we have any left?
Well, Julia can answer that, but what I would say is that we haven't gone over that 60, and some of them probably haven't been allocated yet. Go ahead.
The majority has been allocated. We're like down the last 2 or something like that. So, but some of them are, you know, devoted to some of the multi-unit residential development that's still just about to start being constructed. So, but yeah, we're down to the last few.
Okay.
But they're
Yeah.
not all connected, right? So even though they're
Sorry?
allocated, they're not all connected. Even though they're allocated to a person, doesn't mean that they're connected.
Yeah, and there's a larger portion too that where people might have had a house on the property before and the house is gone, but so they would have a right to, and the development that was just approved, that developer had at the time extended the services to service that land, so at their own cost. So those people would be on the list, and so there's around 20 or a little bit more that are kind of just own a water allocation in a sense, but they're not necessarily connected right now.
But they will be.
Yeah, but it might be, yes, but it might be, 20 years from now or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they're not all gonna be used right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. Alrighty. Thanks, everybody. Our next public council meeting is scheduled to take place on Monday, December 8, 2025, right here in the council chambers in the town of Torbay. And I'm not going to say this part because it may not be. It's scheduled to be our last public council meeting of 2025, but unless we don't adopt the budget, it won't be.
Yeah, it's our schedule.
Okay. So, with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please. Moved. Seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much.